Hello, guys. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, and back again. Um, I'm fit and better, so we are back. Martin Odegaard has finally been announced as an Arsenal player, confirmed, done, and dusted. He is announced as an Arsenal player, and there is still more to it. He could actually feature against Chelsea, and that is what Arsenal want, and that is what Mikel Arteta wants. You're gonna be diving into that. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching in from. What are your thoughts on this one? Is the question. Do you think it's a great signing? I've asked you that. Do you think he is a great signing? Do you think he is a mucky signing, or do you think he's just an average signing? I would love to know from you what you exactly think about Martin Odegaard officially signing for Arsenal. I'm gonna be trying to I'm gonna try to dive into it later in the day. We'll try to dive into Mikel Arteta's press conference. We'll talk about Aaron Ramsdale as well, and we shall also speak about the fact that Arsenal have spent 129 million in this summer. Are we doing good business? Are you contented? Are you happy? Do you feel Arsenal is doing the right business in this window? Why not? Do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe. Let's get the party started. Right then, the lads, welcome back to your boys' channel. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Martin Odegaard has actually signed for Arsenal. It's official. Like I said yesterday, Arsenal were trying to do this deal as quick and fast as possible so that the player could actually get involved in the Chelsea game, and that is what they've done. Arsenal have finally announced the signing of young player, 22 years of age. Martin Odegaard has become a Gunner on a permanent basis. So we're gonna look at of course what has been written on the Arsenal website. Obviously, the first interview, if it's there as well. And this is the Arsenal website. They have said Martin Odegaard has joined us in a permanent transfer from Real Madrid. The Norwegian international rejoins after spending the second half of last season on loan with us, during which time he made 20 appearances, notably scoring in our Premier League win over Tottenham Hotspur at the Emirates Stadium in March. Okay, and you, of course, you can click here to buy your official shirt for Martin Odegaard. The 22-year-old started his career in Norway with Strømsgodset, where he made his debut as a 15-year-old in April 2014, becoming the youngest ever player to feature in Norway's top division. He was signed by Real Madrid in January 2015 and subsequently became their youngest player in May 2015 as well. In the 3 seasons from 2017 to 2018, Martin spent loan spells with Heerenveen, Vitesse Eindhoven in the Netherlands, and then back in Spain with Real Sociedad in 2019-2020, where he helped the club reach the final of the Copa del Rey. The attacking midfielder has also made 30 appearances for Norway, making his debut in August 2014, becoming the youngest player to represent his country's senior national team at the age of just 15 and 253 days. Martin will wear shirt number 8 at Arsenal. Look, I love it. I love it. It's gonna change his shirt number. Look, I never wanted him to put on shirt number 11 because it would be like there is nothing new. Okay, I mean, putting on shirt number 8, yeah, there is something new. Martin Odegaard gets a new shirt number. Yeah, there is something new. And here they say everyone at Arsenal welcomes Martin Odegaard at the club. The transfer is subject to completion of regulatory processes and visa requirements. Martin will not be available for Sunday's match with Chelsea. And I'll say it again, I'll say that again. I'll say that again. Martin, wait, wait a minute. Where the fuck is this? Okay, yeah, here we go. Martin will not be available for Sunday's match with Chelsea, and we await visa clearance before he will be available for selection. There you go. That is it. That is it. That is it. Anything? And we do have a press conference around there, but I'm not really going to do the press conference right now. We will do the press conference in the next live stream. So hold tight. And of course, Mikel has been speaking about him. Why Arsenal have re-signed Martin Odegaard, and he was actually saying that he's a very, very special talent. In terms of what we want to do. So he had to be patient, but Mikel Arteta has finally got his man, signing Martin Odegaard on a permanent deal from Real Madrid on Friday. The attacking midfielder enjoyed a highly fruitful loan spell with us in the second half of last season, winning our Player of the Month award for March. And now he is here to stay. Just minutes after the deal was confirmed, the manager spoke to the media about the 22-year-old Norwegian, and he said he brings a lot of things that he brought last season as well. Arteta said he says he made us better. We needed more options, alternatives, creativity, and players that can be morals for this football club. He is still a really young man, but he has huge experience in different clubs already. I absolutely do agree with that. Spot on, Mikel. He has a unique talent based on the way we want to play. So I'm delighted that the club has made an effort, and we have Martin on a permanent deal here. He says you've seen the numbers. You've seen the numbers and what we did after Christmas when Martin was in the team, and we had people like Emil. The team performed at a completely different level. He's someone that we admire, and he's still at the age in his career when the potential he has is still immense. Brilliant comments from Mikel. I think I really do not have any problems with him, speaking highly of Martin Odegaard. I really don't have any issues with that. But now, look, there's so many people out there that are still on the wrong side or on the negative side of Arsenal signing Martin Odegaard, and that's why I've asked you in the comment section: do you think Martin Odegaard is a great signing? Do you think he is a marquee signing? Do you think he's an average signing? What do you think about it? Because the reason I'm asking that is not because I feel we should be debating about it. We shouldn't be. All our energy, all our time now has to be put into supporting the lad. 22 years of age. There is a lot for him to learn, and there is a lot for him to bring on the table. So you don't expect me in every match, in every match game reaction to say, oh, we shouldn't have brought in Martin Odegaard. We should have signed James Maddison. It's over. We've signed Martin Odegaard. We are gonna be working with Martin Odegaard for the next 5 years. That is it. Arsenal's number 10, Arsenal's creative player is Martin Odegaard. Now, it remains to be seen if because putting on shirt number 8 could mean one or two things. One, because because Odegaard is not a big risk taker. Maybe Arsenal or Mikel would love to play him a little bit deeper and then play Emil Smith-Rowe as that number 10. And I also don't think Emil Smith-Rowe is still that number 10 that you would love to be in that area. I think he's very dynamic. He loves to be, he loves to play as a Rome Deuter as well. With Martin Odegaard, I think he's a game controller. So if you played him as deeper as a game controller, I think it works for us. I think it works so well. But I think at the end of the day, we have signed him for the creativity. But one thing, if you've noticed in the last 48 hours, one thing I've noticed is the trend of players we are signing in represent a very different kind of project than we as the fans want. And that's what I'm going to talk about Martin Odegaard in this video. It looks like Arsenal, if you look at the kind of project they're trying to build, it is evident. It's just evident in the kind of signings we are making. Odegaard, 22 years of age. Aaron Ramsdale, 22 years of age. Albert Samuel Lokonga as well. Samuel Lokonga is what, 22, 21. Nuno Tavares, 21 as well. So you have the likes of Kian Tierney, who are also very young. The likes of Martinelli, Saka. It looks like what Arsenal is trying to do is we're trying to get a group of young players, groom them together, and help them grow together. Maybe in the future, Arsenal could start looking at silverware. So the fact that Arsenal is still going to lose games as we build the project is true. The fact that Arsenal is still going to have a lot of inexperienced matches, decisions in match days is also true. But that is where we're heading. The kind of players we have signed, the players, the age group that we are signing is only for the future. The likes of Ben White, Ben White had an absolute stinker in the opening game. And anyone would say, Cossy, 50 million, why would we sign a defender for 50 million and they're going to get trashed like that? I think the true thing is Arsenal is trying to build an army together, a group of young players that grow together as we eliminate the deadwood. And I think it's very important to understand why the likes of Xhaka are now staying. Now, look, I'm not really standing by Arsenal, and I'm not really defending the fact that Arsenal have decided to keep Granit Xhaka. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to look at in this, at this point in time, is maybe we have decided to go and groom young players that could help us probably in the next 5 or 6 years, because we can't compete in the market. Big money moves, we can't do them. So we can't sign James Maddison for 60 million or 70, but we can sign Martin Odegaard for 30 million. We can't sign Erling Haaland for 175 million pounds, but we can groom Balogun probably to become another Erling Haaland, or we could groom Gabriel Martinelli. We can't buy Dayot Upamecano, but we can buy Ben White. So I think that is where we are heading. Arsenal is building a project, a young project that is going to see us through the future. Now, that means one or two things. One is you will have a group of young players that do not win you titles this season and in the coming season. But what that can guarantee you, if Mikel Arteta or any manager that actually takes care of this project, because you could ask me, has Mikel Arteta been backed? That's the question that anyone is going to ask. Has Mikel Arteta been backed? I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say no, because if you want him to win titles, if you want him to win silverware, then he hasn't been backed. But because he was brought in for a project, he was brought in to oversee a project, he was brought in to to build, to do a rebuild, then I think he's been backed. Because if you've got Martin Odegaard, 30 million, you brought in Albert Samuel Lokonga, 20 million euros. You brought in Ben White, 50 million. So you have a defender, you have a midfielder, you have two midfielders, you have a defender as well. And all those players are actually not above 24 years of age. Actually, they're not above 23. The oldest signing we've made in the summer so far, in this summer, is Ben White, and he's actually 23 years of age. So it just represents the fact that Arsenal are investing for the future. So you don't expect. I think my match reactions and all our match predictions and reactions should be changing to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna be saying in match reactions, but I think our expectations are gonna be a little bit lower than we would have expected. Because if Arsenal was trying to correct the bad seasons we've had in the past 5 years, I think players like Madison would be the priorities. I think players like Ruben Neves could have been the priorities. But the fact that Arsenal know we can't sustain that model, we can't sustain the model of Arsenal buying in players every season. What we've decided to do is, splash 120 million, 29 million on a few young talents. Let them develop together, let them grow together, and maybe Arsenal can start to challenge for the title in the next 3 years when these players develop. Now, it's a long period of time. It's 2 years, 3 years is a very, very long period of time for an Arsenal fan that has not seen a Premier League title ever since 2004. That's a very long period of time. But again, think about it. The Cronkies are never going to spend money on us. The Cronkies are never going to give us money to spend. So at the end of the day, we've got to sustain ourselves. We've got to come up with a model that is sustainable. And I think we are back at square one, where we buy players, where we used to buy players under Arsene Wenger, buy players and then develop them. The likes of Samuel Nasri, the likes of Alexander Sombilong, because of the project of the project Emirates Stadium. That is what happened. Emirates Stadium, Arsenal starts to build the stadium, and then we ran short of money. What the model we adopted was get young players and develop them, and I think Arsene Wenger did that perfectly well. So that's the kind of model we are trying to fall back to. Is it a model that can win us titles in this day and age? Is a very big question. Very big question, because you're competing with a Manchester City that has literally spent 80% of our budget on one player. You are competing with a Manchester United that has spent 85% of our budget on just two players. And I'm saying we've spent 129 million on what? 4 players: Nuno Tavares, Albasami Lekonga, Ben White, Aaron Ramsdale, and Martin Odegaard. So we've spent that on 5 players. 5 players. United have spent 114 million on just 2 players. And if you look at the quality of players that they have actually brought in, and the quality of players that we have actually brought in, there's a big difference. And the fear is that Arsenal, even with this project, we might not be able to challenge for titles, because the fear is City can spend 100 million every summer. Chelsea can spend 100 million every summer, and United can also spend 100 million every summer. Now, Arsenal can't, but we can spend 120 million or 130 million every after probably 5 summers, or every after 3 summers. That is what we do. So bringing in these young players is a brilliant idea. But if we're going to challenge for titles, if you're going to win the Premier League, we'll have to back these players. We'll have to back these young talents with better signings. That is what we have to do in the future if Arsenal is going to win trophies. Get these young players, sign them up. Brilliant. You've signed them up. That is brilliant. But you've also got to back them with better signings. If you brought in a Martin Odegaard in this summer, that is brilliant. You also have an Albasami Lekonga and a Thomas Partey. That midfield does not win you the league. It absolutely doesn't. So again, you'll have to sign in someone who's around 50 million in the summer, even if it means you're signing in 1 player every summer. But I think it's a good deal. It's a very, very good deal, and it's a very great project. It's one that can see us at least compete with the likes of Leicester City in the next 2 years. Because at the moment, we can't compete with Leicester. They've built their team so strongly over the years that they lose 1 player and replace replace the players so well. But again, at the end of the day, if you ask me, do I think the project we are doing is fine? I think it really doesn't have any problem. So Martin Odegaard comes in, 30 million. It's a good deal financially. It's a deal that any Arsenal fan would think, yeah. If it's not for Maddison, because I know many of us are still thinking about James Maddison. If it's not for James Maddison, I think it's a perfect deal. Absolutely perfect. So I would love to see what you people say in the chat as well. Avi says, "Big up, bro. Martin is a massive recruit. I think he's a massive recruitment as well. I think it's a massive recruitment, especially by the fact that by the fact that we want to create a project that is long term. The quality of his quality as a player is absolutely sorry. Okay, no. So I think it's a massive recruitment, long term, especially long term. 30 million, 20 years of age, 30 million. By the time he's 26, if he develops well, it's gonna be 100 million, because I've always told you in the market now, the ceiling is a billion probably, but the floor is becoming closer and closer to around 60 million. I mean, if you buy a player for 60 million these days, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of news. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't really make a lot of alarm. So I think it's a massive recruitment, by the way, very, very massive. If anyone understands football, it's a very, very massive recruitment, especially with a club that really doesn't have a lot of money to spend like Arsenal. So it's a very, very massive one. And Nem says it's a great signing. Cossy, he is a great signing. And Mohammed says it's a normal signing. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it depends on how you view it. You could view it as just a minute. You could view it as a normal signing. You could view it as a great signing. But I think for me, it's a great piece of business for Arsenal. Just need to wipe up a little. All right. What a great signing for Arsenal. Martin is a perfect player. Welcome back, Martin. Okay, that is according to Super. Is it called Superboy? And then Awa hashtag 11, please. Okay. I mean, I'm not surprised that so many Arsenal fans would love to see Awa back in the side. Not back, but in the side. He's still young and he has the room to improve his skill, scoring goals, and assists as well. Good signing, not great. Okay. Good signing, not great. Beautiful. Okay. I don't know why I'm sweating so much. It's not even so cold here. Maybe it's the jacket. Need some space. All right. Cossy changed my name from Saka, a hero. This according to Taco taken slowly, Pickford. Okay, let's go. Odegaard only 30 million. Yeah, I think it's a great deal at the end of the day. Average for now, a big fish for the future. Not average still. Not average. I think not average for now. Roger. Good prospect. Yeah, he is a very good prospect. Finally, I got you live because most of the time I come back from work and find you off. Don't worry, Benson. Don't worry, Benson. But thank you so much for tuning in. Actually, Maddison was just an alternative in case we didn't sign him. I mean, you know what? The truth is, we can't tell what we can't tell what the truth is now. We can't tell. because Fabrizio has already said this guy was the first alternative. And then AFC Bell, who is also very trustworthy, actually, and credible, has already said Martin Odegaard was an alternative. So there was a lot of fights there, but the good thing we have a number 10, and that's what we wanted. Sign a new right back, and then our transfer will be perfect for this season. Laka is okay as a striker. For now, yeah, Laka is okay as a striker for now. Asuman says is a great player, but he needs to improve when it comes to risks and even increase on the speed. He is too slow. I mean, at times you're gonna have to appreciate players for what they are. And that is absolutely true as well. At times, you're gonna have to appreciate players for what they are. I mean, players like Jorginho, players like Odegaard, you've got to appreciate them. Players like Zlatan, players like Ozil, you've got to appreciate them for what they are. You've got to appreciate them for for what they are. Bravo Arsenal, that's according to Yasin. Simon says Odegaard is okay, but seriously, we need a top number 10 like Madison or better. That's according to Simon. Odegaard is a great deal. What next? Chelsea. Okay. He's not playing against Chelsea though. He's not playing against Chelsea. Good progress. That's according to Jeru. Arsenal 0-5 Chelsea. I can't wait. That's according to Chris Dennis. We wait. It's not very far. Okay, let them bring in a war. Yeah, it's according to Julius. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. That's according to Chris. And then 2-1, Albert. We will do a preview and we'll do your match predictions as well. I hope next is a war. All right. We need another 2 more signings. I think I think if you ask me, how many more signings do we need? Not only 2, we need more signings, but at the moment, we could work with those. Yeah, we could work with those maybe. How are you doing, Cossy? I'm better now. I had a fever, and that's why I've been sweating like nothing. I had a fever, but I'm better now. I hope Awa is next to come. I mean, hoping does not sign a player. Tell us about Auba and Laka Cossies. Will they be available to face Chelsea? Now, Mikel, we're gonna do Mikel at today's press conference, but I'll answer your question. Mikel has confirmed the 2 boys did suffer from COVID-19, and they wanted it to stay quiet. They wanted it to stay underground, right? They wanted the information to stay underground. But Aubameyang and Lacazette both suffered from COVID-19. They will not be available for Chelsea. As per now, as per the information coming in now, they will not be available to play against Chelsea. Okay, that is the information we have. Right back next. Yeah, I would love to see. I mean, I would love to see I would love to have a right back or a supersonic midfielder. Like if we signed in Houssem Aouar at the moment, I would be gutted. Or if we signed in someone like, you know what? I would still do a Ruben Neves. Yeah, I would still do a Ruben Neves. So if we sign in someone like a Ruben Neves at this point in time, I would still be very, very excited as well. Anu says, Cossy, signing Odegaard is okay, but we still can't non-challenge for anything. And that's what I've said. Arsenal fans, quote me right. Wait, just a minute. Okay. Quote me right. I think we are not signing in players this summer to challenge for anything. I think we are signing in players to build a team that can challenge for anything. I don't know whether that makes sense. So do not expect Arsenal to challenge for the title. Do not expect Arsenal to challenge for top 4. No. The signings we are making are 2-3 year signings to mature. No, it's like buying land and on a chip, and you feel like in the next 5 years this land is gonna give me, some good money, or not, or any property, and then it develops over time, and then you make some good money out of it. So I think that's what Arsenal is trying to do. Because if you look at Aaron Ramsdale, if Aaron Ramsdale was 27 years of age, and you buy a 27-year-old goalkeeper at 24 million, that means that goalkeeper is gonna be a starter. But because Aaron Ramsdale is just 22 years of age, Arsenal can save the 24 million in the bank by signing him, and probably in the next 5 years he becomes one of the greatest English goalkeepers, and probably becomes because for the English national team in the coming years, it's gonna be between Pope, Dean Henderson, Pickford, and Aaron Ramsdale. So Ramsdale, and that's a very very good deal for Aaron Ramsdale, because the moment Ramsdale signs for Arsenal, his chances of becoming England's top number one are even better. If Dean Henderson becomes United's number one, and it does well, say United win the title with Dean Henderson as number one, Dean Henderson becomes England's number one, definitely. Despite the fact that I've said it, Pickford always does so well, with England. He's always brilliant. Odegaard is a good signing, but Maddison could have been the best. I mean, financially, Odegaard is the best. On the pitch, probably Maddison would have been better. Hi Cossy, thank you for the update. Thank you so much for appreciating. People always don't do. If you'd like to support the channel, press that press that dollar button, and press the like button as well. You could do any donations. You could do a donation of your choice. I have no problem with that. That is one of the ways you can support the channel, by subscribing, by liking, and also pressing that dollar button. It will enable you support and buy a super chat as well. Good move for Arsenal. That's according to Bremer. Okay. Noble says Arsenal target this season is at least Europa League spot or top 4, which I think we can get, not Premier League title. Now, I'm gonna be realistic. The problem is I've been a little bit inconsistent with sicknesses and things like that. But I'm gonna be realistic. I think Arsenal can challenge for top 4 this season, but we will not get top 4. Seriously, I think we can challenge for top 4, but we will not get top 4. I think we can challenge for top 6. We might not get top 6. That is what I think. There's a very big difference between challenging for and getting an assurance that you can actually get that position. I think we can challenge for top 4. I think Arsenal can challenge for top 4, but it's gonna always be very, very hard for us. And I'll say that it's always gonna be very hard for us to get top 4. So maybe top 6. If you tell me top 6, that's a little bit realistic. What of Awa? This is according to Ntege. You know, what about Awa? I mean, we agreed that we do not do stories that are very far away from being completed. And you guys said it was a good move, so that we shouldn't be asking about Awa people. That's what we agreed. Didn't we? Our expectations should be limited to our capacity. We must stop as fans running ahead of our shadow. Martin is a yes, Cossy. It's according to Alan. Thank you so much, Alan. Brilliant comment. I think our expectations now. Expectations are very different from ambitions, right? Our expectations, you're right. Our ambitions though should run higher, right? Our ambition should run higher and higher. All right. Okay. This weekend or early next week, I'm going to be unboxing all our Arsenal jerseys, the three of them, not training kits. I'm I'm not buying training kits. I'm only buying the three official season kits, and I'm also then I'll do the giveaway. I'll do the giveaway. Then I'm going to give away the home shot. I think because that's what people want, the home shot, and then okay. I won't tell you, but today I'm doing my betting show for the Premier League. Betting show for the Premier League is coming out. Betting show and predictions. If you're interested, watch out for it. Our should be next. Our Nasri. I really miss Samuel Nasri. Our attitude, our attitude problem. Not as bad as Genduzi, but still, you know what? I think Leon want to kick him out because of his attitude. By the way, average signing. According to Ola, says average signing. Martin Odegaard is an average signing. All right. For half the price of James Maddison, Martin is a great signing, considering that he has a very high ceiling. He's a player for now and for the future too. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would think. That is what I would think, and that's what I would take. That we have a player that is one for the future, but you could use him, presently, because I mean, at the moment, Arsenal is not looking to win, titles. We are looking to develop our side, and he has the leadership. He's captain of Norway. He has the ability to control games. You can easily build your team around Martin Odegaard, and it can last for the next 5 years, 6 years, and that's what you want. So I think it's a great signing as well. Thank you so much, Lara. And Bob says, Cossy, I swear, if Wenger come and take over this team, he will win the Premier League. You're lying. I mean, the swearing is for nothing. The swearing is for nothing. The last time we had Arsene Wenger, we had Lacazette, we had Aubameyang, we had Ozil, we had Xhaka, we had Laura Koscielny, we had who was our goalkeeper then? It wasn't Van Leno. I'm very sure about that. We had Wojciech. Was he Wojciech Szczesny? I think it was Wojciech Szczesny. Was it Wojciech Szczesny? No, it wasn't Wojciech Szczesny. Who was our goalkeeper in the last season of Arsene Wenger? Who was our goalkeeper? Damn. So I think we've not had a massive upgrade in terms of quality since Arsene Wenger left and now. So if anyone says, what, Cossy, Wenger wins the title with his side, no, you're right. You're not. I mean, it's good to credit Arsene. Yeah, very good to credit Arsene, but I don't agree with you. I think he's a great sign. I think he's a great manager, and he would do a lot. He would absolutely do a lot in terms of improving the Arsenal side. But I don't think he would improve us to an extent of winning the title with this bunch of players. It's a cool and great signing for the club. I pray we get Awa or Martinez. This according to Alemi. Odegaard is good, but we need in number 8. Okay, that's according to Bunny. And Odegaard is going to be putting on shirt number 8, by the way. He will not feature against Chelsea. Hi, Cossy. If Arsenal move forward and come back to Champions League, we need quality players who can bring the immediate impact. And that's what I'm saying. The Arsenal and the project we have decided to go for and the path we have taken is not an immediate impact path. Okay, it is not an immediate impact path. It is a path where we have decided to go for long term. And I still remember, I think it was Josh Kroenke towards the end of last season, when we had the UEFA Super League debacle. You still remember, he said we want to build something long term, so we are not going to invest massively. So if you're expecting Arsenal to compete with Manchester City and United and Liverpool, it's not going to happen this season, honestly. So you don't expect me to be on my watch along and say, oh, we are not winning games like Liverpool, because I think we are not going to. That is not what we are trying to do. Honestly, it is not what we are trying to do. What we are trying to do is something very, very different. I hope every Arsenal fan will actually understand. Is Sumba number 8 like Ike Gundogan is what Arsenal needs now to get their glory now. Okay. Thank you so much. I would love to read this name because Cheptoek Martin. I love that name. I really love that name. Henry says Odegaard is an average player. My prayer is he improves to a better player in the near future. He's not average. I don't think he's average. What justification do you have to say Odegaard is average? I don't think he's average. Personally, it's a great project, and now it will be easy for the club to add few quality players since the team is now built. Yeah, that is the other thing. It's like Liverpool. If you look at how Liverpool built their team, it's more like a team that gets talents and then lays them together to form a structure. And the moment you have a structure, you can now start fitting in, quality players, to sustain the structure. Mane, Salah. I'm not even going to talk about Virgil van Dijk. Mane, Salah, Trent, Robertson, Jadon Henderson, and Gigi Wijnaldum. And Roberto Firmino, should I say? No. Without Roberto Firmino. Okay, those 6 players were the core of Liverpool's structure. So they started adding in the likes of Roberto Firmino. They brought in Virgil van Dijk. They brought in Alisson. Of course, they had very, very poor goalkeepers. Then they brought in Diogo Jota, Xherdan Shaqiri. So you can see the moment you have a structure, it's easy. Just look at Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund in every season, they add 1 or 2 players, and it works out. Last season, they brought in Jude Bellingham. This season, they lost Sancho, and they have signed. I've forgotten the name. I've already forgotten the name. That guy from PSV. What is his name? Ex-Arsenal player, though. Should be watching more Bundesliga, shouldn't I? But the Bundesliga is going to be live on Sky. So if you have if you have a Sky membership, you should be watching Bundesliga. Let's go for Awa. He's like James Madison. Go for a striker. Respect, bro, from UG. I respect. Thank you so much. Much respect to you as well. Okay. Welcome to Arsenal, Odegaard. League title incoming. My man Glenn Kirtley. How are you doing, bro? We've taken long without shooting, but I've been up and down as well. But I know we should be shooting very, very soon. I had malaria, like Aubameyang. Big up, Cossy. Happy to see you back. And Strong Mikel now has his players. So let's see his progress this season. And you know what? Yeah, Czech was the goalkeeper. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Glenn. Thank you so much. Yeah, Czech was the goalkeeper. So I think we have not actually improved in terms of quality. A lot. I don't think we have improved a lot ever since Arsene Wenger. Thank you so much, Glenn. What I know, those ones. Talking of Arsenal going to Champions League, are non-Arsenal fans. Oh. Maybe. Because if you're an Arsenal fan, then you understand your team. Peter Cech was Wenger's last goalkeeper. Yeah, and thank you so much. Thank you for the update, Cossy. Really appreciate. Thank you so much, Abu Bakar. Victor Manone was no, not Victor Manone. I'm going to start doing Arsenal quiz because you people. I'm going to start asking you how much you know about Arsenal on every live stream. And we will start probably next week because this week we have a lot of content, especially for Chelsea. Arsenal need a good striker. Arsenal need a good striker. I don't think it's gonna happen in this summer though. Check. Thank you so much. Arsenal squad is full of mediocre players. Even that word mediocre makes me laugh, Dima. So I'm not really laughing at your comment. And he's saying Arsenal squad is full of mediocre players. Even the new signings are just mediocre with dismal performance. We are going nowhere with Mikel Arteta managerial skills. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna comment on that, but it's a brilliant comment. Someone by the way, someone calls me Yaya Sanogo. Someone also called me Saka. Someone, people call me a couple of names. I don't know if I look like Arsenal players. Arsenal need a good striker, but I don't think in this summer. Cossy Wenger could get us to top 6. I'm very sure. But with Arteta, I don't think so. Look, Arteta could Arsene Wenger could get us top 5. He could get us top 5. Yeah, he could. He could get us top 5. I'm sure about that. He's not average. I don't think Odegaard is average. Wenger would struggle with better manager and teams in the league. His low points totals would not get top 4. Arsene Wenger, come and see this. Now Trippier or Max Aarons as right back and Zakaria as defensive midfielder. By the way, I don't know why we didn't try to go. I don't know why we seriously didn't go for Zakaria. Zakaria is available for a chip. Why is Arsenal dragging? I say dragging in getting rid of the deadwood like Willian. They are earning a hefty amount of money for doing nothing on the pitch. I think that is why I would rank this window as a 3 out of 10. Yeah, 3 out of 10. If we can get out Sid Kolasinac, Mohamed El Neni, Bekta Bellerin, Willian, Edin Ketia, maybe I can rank it as a 5 out of 10. I'm not really convinced with the window, honestly. I'm not convinced with the window, despite the fact that I do the stories with a smile. I'm not really convinced with the window, not really. There is the core is already now auditions over the next summer. I think this summer, and then 8 and central striker next summer. I think we have the core. But the core has to develop. That's our problem. Yeah, the core has to develop. So I don't expect Arsenal's core to actually win. It's not the kind of core that you think is ready. I think our core has to develop fast. Yeah, I think our core has to develop fast. We are very close to 100 likes. Please help me do smash like button to 100. We're at 90. 10 more likes, people. 10 more likes. Let's get them. Let's get that done. Press the like button and press the subscribe button as well. If you love to support the channel, use the link. Use the $ in the in the comment section. You'll be able to buy super chat. We have good players. It's a shame we have a bad manager with poor tactics. These are going to Gay Wales. Gay is back on the channel. Thank you so much, Gay Wales, for always being. And my man SNLO says, I've liked. Thank you so much, SNLO. SNLO. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pressing the like button. I really do love people who press the like button because you push the channel forward. That's the truth. People who like, people who subscribe, and people who watch the videos push the channel forward. There's no other way you can, the best way to support the channel is a like button, is a comment, and watching and getting involved. That's how we support the team. So we're very close to 100 likes, just 5 likes away. Let's make sure I do that. Thanks, everybody. Laka has 1 year left on his contract. Arsenal are selling him for sure rather than losing him on a free. Yeah, but I think it's gonna go on a free. If you're gonna be, if I'm going to be, to be realistic, I think we'll leave on a free in the next summer. You able my guy? No, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I know what you're asking. So you're literally asking if I'm Nigerian. I'm not. No more signings, bro. And Arsenal let go of some of the fringe players to balance the squad. Okay. Saliba is gone. Genduzi is gone. Willock is gone. I think more players need to leave as well. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I've liked and subscribed. Thank you so much, Superfleet. Thank you so much. Will Awab be signed or a right back? This is according to Haki. The last time we debated, we said, Cossy, do not do speculation. So at the moment, I can't speculate really. I really can't speculate. Can I like the video more than once? One for Cossy, one for Odegaard. Thank you so much, my man Glenn. Thank you so much. Please make sure you do smash the like button, so that Glenn doesn't have to like more than once. So because YouTube only gives us one chance to give a like. So everybody on the live stream, do smash a like on the video so that Glenn doesn't have to like. And by the way, Glenn, I think we will have to talk about these two signings, both on your channel and on mine. So I think we'll first do on Glenn Kitely, and then we'll talk about them. Aaron Ramsdale, because I've seen even on AFTV someone saying that Aaron Ramsdale is a bad goalkeeper because he was relegated with Sheffield United, and that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. Look, Dean Anderson, yeah. Oh, Glenn says he's down. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. What happened? What happened? I'm so sorry. I'll hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up on hit you on Twitter, and then we'll speak. You know what? You know. Let me tell some people, and this is purely my opinion. Look, I saw this clip from AFTV. I saw it on, was it Facebook, on Twitter, and the nigga is no. I don't want you to choose the word. Okay, the presenter is saying Aaron Ramsdale is not a good goalkeeper because he was relegated. Good. Let me just bring this up. Ramsdale has been relegated 3 times and conceded 200 goals in 3 seasons, right? If you still remember the last time I talked about Aaron Ramsdale, you still remember, lads? Do you still remember the last time I talked about Aaron Ramsdale? We looked at a tactical, it's like a tactical insight of Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale conceded many goals with Sheffield United, but how many saves did he make, before conceding a goal? And how many times did he save Sheffield United? That's the first question. The other question that we have to ask ourselves very strongly, very, very strongly, is Ramsdale is 22 years of age, right? He's played in the Premier League already twice, despite the fact that he's been relegated, right? So if Arsenal are paying 24 million for Ramsdale, Sheffield United paid for a relegated 18 million for a relegated goalkeeper. 18 million for a relegated goalkeeper, Sheffield United. And I think it is not the problem of Sheffield United that I mean it's not Ramsdale's problem that Bournemouth got relegated. So you don't tell me that Dean Anderson actually kept Sheffield United up. Really? Does it make sense? Does it really make a lot of sense? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, when you say, he's been relegated 3 times and considered 200 goals in 3 seasons. So what? So what? Leno is conceding goals that a P2 kid should be saving. So guys, if you're looking at Aaron Ramsdale, make some research about him. Yeah, I know. Many, including me, and in the beginning, I was like, Ramsdale, no. But then I took the responsibility to look at what exactly is Aaron Ramsdale about. Why would Arsenal splash 24 million? And then what actually interested me was, why would Sheffield United spend 18 million to sign a relegated goalkeeper? Ask yourself that. Like, ask yourself, why would they spend 18 million to sign a relegated goalkeeper? And then, you know, we've compared him. We've looked at that analysis, compare him to Dean Henderson. And we've seen he's not a bad goalkeeper. His passing is a little bit okay. His shot stopping is okay. His positioning is fine. But the only thing we know is he is not the best goalkeeper to take in your side. But he's not the worst goalkeeper ever. We've got to agree to that. So we will do a video. I don't want people trolling trolling Aaron Ramsdale without a reason. If you're saying he's been relegated 3 times, that for me, that's not the reason. You wanted Emi Buendia. Buendia was relegated with Norwich. You want Max Aarons. Aarons was relegated with Norwich as well. Yeah. So relegation. Otherwise, you should have said Emi Buendia relegated. We can't bring him, Arsenal. But you were dying to sign Emi Buendia, and you were frustrated when Arsenal failed to get the deal through. So let's not do the crap. Let's not do the, Oh, okay. I'm down, meaning I'm available. I need to stop using. Okay, I'm down. I thought, down. The English, the British, version of down is like, my fridge is down, so it can't work. Okay, bro. Then we're gonna be creating content today. Rome cannot be built in one day. Let's give time for him, like we did to Arsene Wenger, right? Have no problem. We are. This Sahek says we are up to 111 likes. Congo, what's wrong with speculation? Cossy, even the AFC Bell got it wrong. FTV does it. Almost everyone does speculation. So, guys, should we do the speculation? Should I report about the transfer rumors? If you say, Cossy, do the transfer rumors, I will do them. Because, like I said, I create content for the first 50,000. And you guys are part of the first 50,000. You are the most important key to the channel. I do create content for you. This channel will go to 200,000, 300,000, but the first 50,000, I'm creating content for you. So if you want the transfer rumors, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely do that. Leno better than Ramsdale, but Ramsdale 23 years, which is young for a goalkeeper. I think Leno is 29, and he's a very good shot stopper as well. Very, very good shot stopper. But Ramsdale been abused by Arsenal. And yeah, Ramsdale has been abused by Arsenal fans for no good reason. That is my problem. For absolutely no good reason. Like, why would you abuse a goalkeeper you've not that has not even committed any problem at the side? We've got to back him, so let's back him, people. Let's really back him. Let's back him. If you have my man, was in the is the defensive even prime Levy is saying, because it goes. It depends on defense that how many goals you concede. Okay, I get your comment. She is flexible with good hand skills. Okay. Hi, Cossy. We still need a right back, a right full back, if we are to challenge other teams, and also a good replacement for Partey. Partey is coming back. Partey, we don't need to. I think we don't need to replace Partey, because I think Partey is coming back. I've been missing a piece of my life without the Cossy updates and transfer discussions. I'm so sorry. I mean, you know what, Glenn? What happened is I had a couple of people who thought, Cossy, don't do transfer rumors, and a couple of people think like, Cossy, do the transfer rumors. And I want to call them rumors because I don't want to sugarcoat. They are transfer rumors. It is speculation. It is transfer rumors. So if you want me to do them, I will do them, right? I'll absolutely do them. I will update you. So I'm going to be live on, I don't know if we'll be live or we will record, but you catch me on Glenn Kitely's channel in the next 1 or 2 hours. Then we will be live with Glenn, and we will discuss about our 129 spending, Aaron Ramsdale, and Martin Odegaard. Again, I'll have a Chelsea fan on to discuss the Chelsea game and to just bring in an opponent view and preview. I hope you love that. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. We are at 129 likes. Let's get them to 130 at least. Just one more like, people. One more like. Let's get them to 130, and I'll speak to you very, very soon in the next one.